Let's go. All right, you are listening to an episode of Transparency and Merit. My name is Joe, and I'm with Brian. Brian, what have you sent me? What do I have to watch here?
Yes, I have sent you a video, a very important feminist video, out of Australia. It looks like these people are really, I think I may have seen this before, but this is something that is really new. And I think Australia, as far as I thought America had cringeworthy stuff, but Australia seems to be taking the cake as far as SJW cringeworthy stuff. Simply amazing.
You know what? Australia's got a lot of strange things going on in their country. I don't get it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and play this video. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm already dancing.
Yes.
You know what makes me angry?
What makes you angry?
People say stuff like, girls are gentle, girls are sweet, girls are emotional and weak, girls don't play sports, girls don't play games. Oh, what about boys will be boys, or boys don't cry, and hey, don't get your dress dirty. Oh, rad, people don't like bossy girls. Wait. What? One more.
Oh, God!
Stereotypes are the worst. It's so gross. I mean, you can't make assumptions about someone before you get to know them, right? When I was in school, people used to say stuff like, oh, you must be really smart because you're Asian. And I am really smart, but it's not because my parents are from Singapore. It's just because I worked really hard. Dude, that makes me so mad. I mean, that's how prejudice happens. Right? I wish that I could go back and talk to my 12-year-old self and give her all this advice on how to deal with that. Yes, dude.
And look at the special effects you guys are missing.
Talk to our 12-year-old selves and tell them all the amazing stuff that we know now. It would be super awesome.
Yeah, tell us everything.
All right, Mini Pip and Mini Rad, listen up, because we're about to arm you with all the knowledge that you need to actively look after yourselves and others. Yeah, we're going to show you how to change the world. But first, you should know what prejudice is.
Oh, I know that. Prejudice is assuming someone or something is lesser because of their membership to a certain group. So it's like thinking one group of people is superior than another.
See? Told you I was smart.
All right, please pause that real quick.
Stereotypes and prejudice.
So are you gaining any insight right now?
I'm growing furious. Every
This
word.
is what I've been talking about. The white guilt feminist sphere is all. I mean, these people are so stupid, and this is all over. Seems to be all over the world, and why it's not being combated enough. And then the SJWs who get made fun of tell YouTube to block and shadow ban people and stuff like that. So let's continue.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Okay, excellent question, Mini Pip. And I'm going to give you guys an example. So, to say that someone presents as a girl is okay, because that's the group that they fall into. To say that all girls well, that's a stereotype. And to say that girls don't have any interest in things like science because girls only like pretty things, well, that's prejudice. Got it?
Got it.
Excellent work. Prejudice affects girls everywhere, all over the world. There are endless examples of girls being talked over, objectified, ignored, shamed, silenced. But girls are strong. And when we take action, we're unstoppable. Yeah, like this.
No!
Don't know what to do. You know you need to make a change for yourself and for others too. Standing up for what you think is true, and that person taking action could be you.
What? So activism is campaigning for what you believe in?
Yeah, speaking up, speaking out, trying to spread the word. If you're feeling angry, then it's
Are you kidding me? Oh, this is so ridiculous.
Oh my God. This is in Australia. They've gone a long way from Crocodile Dundee and the. You know what? Oh, Jesus. All right.
I'm losing my
God.
brain.
Down Under has gone really under. Yes.
So, all you need is a catchy tune and clever lyrics?
You need activism. Activism is about speaking up for what you think is right and striving to make the world a better place for everyone. And it's actually not as hard as you might think.
Yeah, every day and in lots of different ways, girls challenge stereotypes and fight prejudice. And sometimes we're doing it on purpose, but sometimes we don't even realise we're doing it at all.
Wow, girls are awesome.
I know, right? And it's no wonder we're upset, disappointed, and
Girls
angry
are
about
awesome.
Stereotypes and prejudice.
I mean, just look at what's gotten some of these girls riled up.
Uh-oh.
I don't like hearing that girls can't do what boys can do.
I don't like it when people tell me that I can't run or I can't jump or I can't ride my bike because I'm a girl. Because, like, I do tricks on my bike. And
Who
I do
tells you
gymnastics
that?
and climb stuff. I'm sick of hearing people say that
Is that a girl?
a girl toy and that's a boy toy. Like, you can't buy this.
Well, you know what? I think this where this is leading next, and it's a 25-minute video here.
Yes.
And
This is classic, by the way.
And I am wondering, how far this does go, where, with the gender identification and, where I'm going with that. I'm hoping, I have a feeling that this is, some kind of thinly veiled LGBTQ message as well.
Oh, it looks it.
For boys, or you can't buy this because it's not right for you, which is really annoying. People always underestimate you when you do something like what they don't.
All these things that they're talking about are individual endeavors, and they're talking about going out and throwing a hissy fit and being loud in public, when really what they should be instilling is the individual. This video is just making me vomit.
I expect you to
Yes.
like, really, a girl could do that? Well, couldn't anyone do that?
Couldn't
I don't like
exactly.
It when
Good
people
point.
think
Anybody could do that.
That we've got to wear makeup and tutus and dance around, because that's not what it's like at all.
I don't like
Uh-oh.
hearing you can't play this because you're a girl.
Some gender stereotypes I don't like that I've heard are girls can't play footy, girls can't like the colour blue, stuff like that.
People should dress however they like and not how other people want.
When I hear gender stereotypes, it makes me feel so, angry. I can create things, I can make
Somebody already slapped her in the
video
face.
games, I can be an engineer.
Yeah, looks like it.
But some people think that girls can't, which is very sad for me.
I feel frustrated and annoyed because we can be whatever we want to be.
When I
And that's a good point. Who is telling them this? I think these are all programmed.
These are make believe.
It's all
You
make
know what they
believe.
are? But really,
Actors.
they're really liars. What they are. Let's call them what they. No one who. Show me an example of anyone. We got video now. I don't see anyone. Girls can't do that. Girls can do this. No, you're a liar. You're a bunch of little girl liars trying to make stuff up. You're liars. Little girl liars.
Little girls. Let's check the message board. Who do we got going on? We got the King Bomb.
King Bong.
King Bong. JP eats corn end first. Oh no, now the chicks hate me. Dawn, what's going on, Dawn? I don't know if you've met Dawn. She's very sweet. It's Mr.
Aw, sweetie pie, Dawn.
She's a sweetie pie from South
She doesn't have
Carolina.
any shows on here, though.
It's what?
She doesn't have any shows on.
Oh, yeah. Dawn, why don't you do a show, too? You should get into the mix. JP, your words are my sentiments exactly. Finally, I've reached someone. My mission in podcasting has been fulfilled. I'm completed. I'm a complete man now. I have actually reached the sentiments of a woman, a shared sentiment, and I feel good about that. I won't lie. So Mr. White is a lucky guy. What can I say?
There we go.
Any other? Should we keep going with this horrible?
Let's continue on. Let's continue on going with this whole thing.
You know, remember in A Clockwork Orange when they forced him to watch the government the programming, and they basically tied his eyes open, they stapled them open or whatever. You almost need to do that with me.
This is what they're doing to us today.
Yes.
The civil rights industrial complex is doing to us today. They are forcing us to listen and watch. But the thing is, they don't necessarily have the same power. But people have already become wise to this cringy, scumbaggy way that they're doing it. And then they have the audacity, because they're getting their asses kicked. Mm-hmm. They were getting their asses kicked on social media. And they decided to go to social media, and social media obliged them and censored all of the people who basically made fun of these individuals. And they have too much free reign now. They're so stupid.
Yeah, things like that makes me feel annoyed that people think that, because they're just making assumptions about other people's lives that aren't true.
Just remember, it isn't fair to take your anger out on people around you for no reason. And don't let your anger negatively affect you or your mood either. You know, be angry, but be safe about it.
So, taking your anger and doing something with it is a good thing?
Yeah, anger can be good and useful, as you can use it to motivate and energize yourself and start making positive changes.
Okay, I'm just going to say this from a logical perspective. I somewhat agree with this. I tell people anger is natural, and if you could bottle it and use it to your advantage, sure, why not? So, but
how do you deal with something that's unfair? And you want, like, how do you deal with your anger if something's unfair, and you want this person to feel pain that has inflicted pain on you? How do you tell them to handle it? Because there have been times in my life, and I am so angry at these SJWs. Particularly like in the mainstream media, like I would just love to just cuss out like Don Lemon, just call him every name in the book, because I think he's a scumbag.
That would be good. That would be very good activism. I think these girls would applaud you.
Yeah, I think they would too. I think a lot of the world, if but I don't know. To me, I think we'll do a whole show on how Stoicism has lost. The news has lost itself of Stoicism, and we have activist feeling journalist. And Pia Zadora, a great feminist, by the way, has joined us.
Thank you for joining us, Pia. We definitely like the woman power here today. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can use your emotions to create change.
Oh, absolutely. Like this. Name it. Work out what's making you angry. If it's an issue of injustice, inequality, unfairness, or something that you believe is wrong, sit with those feelings and reflect on them.
Educate yourself about the issue. Learn everything you can about it, and then write down your feelings. And think about how you can start making some changes. Reflect on it. It's also really good to reflect on stereotypes and prejudice that you may have towards other people, or yourself, that you never thought you had before.
Do you treat people who live different lives and have different experiences to you with respect? Do you have any beliefs about them that may be unfair? This kind of reflection can be revolutionary.
Feel it.
A good way to process anger is by harnessing it and turning it into something productive. Anger isn't
Feel Don Lemon. Feel him.
productive by itself, but if you acknowledge that you're angry and you turn it into action, then it can really inspire you to do something. Just leaving anger alone and not doing anything constructive with it can be really destructive.
Do it! There are lots of different ways that people can take action against something that they think is wrong. And these actions can be big or small. It can take as much bravery to lead a march down a street as it can for standing up for someone in a conversation with your mates.
An act of activism can be choosing to participate in activities like volunteering, educating people, or a march. But it can also be choosing not to participate in activities, such as walking away from a conversation where people are saying really nasty things about someone else. These kinds of conversations are not okay, and you can just
just walk away from them.
There you go, man. She's telling you how to deal with Don Lemon.
Walk away. You can't, they have a microphone that's really big, and my argument isn't with the people with Don Lemon. It's the people who protect Don Lemon and the rest of the SJW newscasters and the SJW who protect them and censor those who criticize them. These people often think they are above criticism. And the censorship on YouTube has gotten far worse and far more, I would say, just far more scumbaggy, in my opinion. And it's kind of sad. Let's continue to play more of this video, shall we?
And if I was saying hi to Dawn, I don't know if that's the real Dawn. Okay, let's just carry on. What's up, Goldie?
Or challenge them. So you see, anger by itself isn't productive. But if you can acknowledge that you're angry and turn that anger into action, then it can be really helpful and it can inspire you to do something.
Awesome! Yeah, and if you want to see some amazing real-life examples of this in action, well, check out these awesome girls.
So my activism involves pretty much everything that encompasses being an Indigenous young woman. My objective is to end the systematic and cultural oppression of Indigenous peoples. The main area that I'm focused on is education.
What?
I'm 10 and I have
I'm just going to say
cerebral
this.
palsy.
I'm just going to throw this out there. The androgyny here is a little...
Yes.
It's saying a whole heck of a lot without
Yes.
actually saying it. It really is.
And I'm involved in making kids with disabilities being included in advertising, blogs and TV shows.
We're from the Fitzroy Feminist Collective, and our aim is to bring people together to talk about feminist issues and to educate and make change in our school and our community.
We're youth activist leaders for Plan International Australia, so our role is sort of getting, young people involved in activities to progress towards gender equality.
Being an activist is just trying to change something that you think is wrong.
I was looking through catalogues and I said to Mum, why aren't there any kids with disabilities? And I wanted to change that straight away. Even if you have a disability, doesn't mean you can't do something or doesn't mean you're not beautiful.
The thing that kind of sparked it all, I think, was me speaking at the Invasion Day rally. And that was a huge rally in Melbourne CBD, which was based around the principle of Australia Day and whether we should have it or not have it. It was the first time I've ever spoken at a rally, and I think it was 20,000 people. I don't want to big note myself, but it was a really large crowd. And so I got up there and I spoke, and a lot of people...
Did you say something?
No, I didn't.
Heard me, and I think something listening to your political cause is something that people don't realize how important it is sometimes. And so just having all these people that were willing to listen on that day is kind of what sparked it, and it kind of made me realize that my voice is important as an activist. Our projects are mainly sourced from talking about our experiences and some of the things we go through on a daily basis. That's what starts our projects, because we actually want to make a difference,
Just teaching kids from a young age to treat each other with respect and to stop using marginalising language that can potentially lead to other very harmful acts against women.
I wanted to be with a group of people who felt the same way and were willing to put in the effort to make a change.
Other kids with disabilities out there get to see someone with a disability and they feel happy kids now disabilities being included.
I think a lot of people say, well, you're young, like, what would you know? You're just in school, but your experiences are valid. My anger is important. My anger is my voice. It's because something is wrong. It's because we need to change something. Channeling that anger into actually making change and using that as your passion and your drive to get through makes us good activists as well.
I guess what makes you angry tells you a lot about what you really care about.
Yeah, for sure. And the activism that comes from that anger can show that we care about other people in the world and not just ourselves.
The overarching theme here is it's going on and on now.
Yeah.
But Let's see here.
But more. I mean, just saying the same thing over and over again. I think they have a musical part though pretty soon, JP.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a second here.
About privilege, they're going to talk about privilege.
When I was at school, and I would worry about speaking up because I felt like maybe people wouldn't like me or make me feel like an outcast.
Well, that sucks. Why do people even do
Ah,
that?
it might have
I think they have a song about it.
This is the song.
It's the privilege bridge.
Oh!
It's a metaphor for explaining how some people have advantages and opportunities granted to them just because how they were born.
What?
That's a lot to take in. I know. So let's begin. Here are two people trying to cross this stream. It's a raging rapid called the River of Dreams.
Okay, so how did they get across?
Good question. Let's start with Ross. Ross is a male and he's straight and wealthy. He's in his mid-40s and he's rather healthy. He's white and was born in a peaceful nation, so Ross gets to use teleportation.
Whoa, that was super easy.
Yup. Now let's take a look at Stevie. Stevie is a refugee. Born in a country that she had to flee. She doesn't speak English and she's not well off, so Stevie has to swim and now she's got a cough.
Whoa!
But wait, I mean, that's not fair. How come Ross got a free ride there?
Privilege. He was born with advantage. Unearned gifts that his life was granted. You might not even think about his inbuilt perks, but that's just the way that privilege works.
Okay.
All right. So.
Now, do you see how nauseating? I mean, just the brainwashing that are, not just in America, but throughout the Western world, how brainwashed the civil rights industrial complex has basically mind raped these people, and they need to get unraped, basically. Because they're not, of course, any kind of opposition, they'll shut down immediately. And this was, by the way, this was paid for by Australian tax dollars. So the government is paying for this kind of dribble. They're also paying for it in Europe. I mean, the reason Brexit has won is because these cringe-worthy people are so disgusting. Do we have any more songs? Because that would be even more greater.
Yeah.
Girls
let's take a look at her.
Form bands and write songs, and it's great. Music is.
We need to write our own songs too and do bands
for emotions such as.
I think we could do that.
About things that could be happening in the world, or personal things, or politicians, like anything like that. It's a great way to share your message.
We've been learning a lot about how to play our instruments and a lot about body positivity and girl empowerment and how to work together and stuff like that. It's been really awesome.
I guess particularly for girls and for women, especially in the music industry, actually, it can be very hard to get noticed and to be thought of as being a proper musician. That's what things like Girls Rock Canberra are doing. This week I learned how to play drums, and it has been the most awesome experience of my life. And along with learning things about being on stage and being in a band and stuff, it was good.
Damn, we are cute. The way we express our activism is through slam poetry.
Wow, this should be good.
What slam poetry is, you perform a poem in front of an audience about something that you feel passionate about. Because we're visibly Muslim and Arab women, often we're not taken seriously whenever we talk about things that we feel passionate about. And I think that really frustrates us, and for me, it angers me. So that's why I would turn to slam poetry.
They ask me where I'm from, and I tell them that I am fully Sikh. What they don't know is that I am also fully sick and tired of people seeing this hijab, this melanin, this name. I tell them where I'm from, but all I get in response is hipsters trying to claim my taboo.
The reason why activism is important to us is because if we're not going to stand up, other people are going to stand up for us, and it's been done in the past. And we're on.
And yes, the Sikhs are very nice. I don't see the reason to slam the people around them into forcing people to like them.
And the thing of it is, the Sikh, this kind of SJW garbage is not a Sikh value, by the way. And this is really a Western value. It's not this far leftist thing is. I think it's much more of a Western than it is an Eastern or an Arab or an Arab value, an Asian value. It's not an Eastern value. Let's put it that way. It's not a Middle Eastern value. It's not a Far Eastern value. This seems to all come out of the West. This far leftist identity politics comes out of the West and has infiltrated much of the so-called POCs.
Look at her shirt. She's wearing a Tupac shirt. If the programming wasn't thick enough, come on, give me a whole cloth break.
Us or for us, around us, and not to us. I channel anything that I feel into slam poetry, whether it's frustration, anger, happiness, sadness. It just all gets channeled. All of the energy just goes to slam.
Oh, there's more. But I think we could. We could close out with this unless there was another song.
Yeah, you know what? There is no. Well, you know what? There is a song that mocks the privilege song.
Solidarity.
Hold on.
Friends at school and online.
Oh boy, yeah. I think we're done with this. I can't watch anymore.
Yeah, But let me see if I can find this. Let me see.
This was, by the way, reposted by an Australian person who said, "Fair use because my tax dollars paid for this heinous propaganda for children," and that's what it is. It is 100% propaganda. The clothes they're wearing, the images, the advertisements that they're putting forward are disturbing, and none of this stuff has any place for the state to tell the children how to be. It's just this video has 79 thumbs up, 1,600 down thumbs. I guess a lot of people are hating on this one.
Let me see here.
And there's many of these kinds of public address.
This is the privilege bridge. What's that? It's a metaphor for explaining how some people have advantages and opportunities granted to them just because how they were born. Whoa, that's a lot to take in. I know. So let's.
Privilege bridge.
Now, what are you looking up?
I'm looking up Yemeni's. I think he did a privilege bridge, Islamic. Let me see. Or privilege bridge parody.
This guy has some pretty good videos. Space is a religion. I gotta watch this one later. But yeah, that's. Anyways, do we have anything else to add to this, or can we end this disgusting display of propaganda?
Well, let's see this one.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I love how at the taxpayer-funded AB.
This is a response, I think, to privilege bridge. Here we go. Let me. It's so hard to do this with you when
What are you doing?
Here. All right, I got this for you.
Oh.
Click on it.
Oh boy. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what this is all about here.
Hello, everyone. I love how, at the taxpayer-funded ABC, no one seems to think it's inappropriate to promote racial bigotry to young children. I guess their logic is, turn them into racial bigots while they're young, and they'll be racial bigots for life. This was recently broadcast on the ABC Me channel, whose target audience is primary school children.
It's the privilege bridge. What's that? It's a metaphor for explaining how some people have advantages and opportunities granted to them just because how they were born. Whoa, that's a lot to take in. I know. So let's begin. Here are two people trying to cross this stream. It's a raging rapid called the River of Dreams. Okay, so how did they get across? Good question. Let's start with Ross. Ross is a male and he's straight and wealthy. He's in his mid-40s and he's rather healthy. He's white and was born in a peaceful nation, so Ross gets to use teleportation. What do they eat? Let's look at TV. Stevie is a refugee. What did it do that she gets to feed? She doesn't speak English and she's not well off, so Stevie has to swim and now she's got a cough. But wait, I mean, that's not fair. How come Ross got a free ride there? Privilege. He was born with advantage. Unearned gifts that his life was granted. He might not even think about his inbuilt perks, but that's just the way that privilege works.
Yeah, I think this clip needs a bit of retelling so that it reflects something a bit closer to this thing that the ABC knows nothing about called the truth. This guy's name is Barry, white like a dead name's sake, he's alive and white. He's a black guy, let's call him Obama. More privileged than a white South African farmer. Now let's just add a feminist to the mix and a transfluid A with boobs and a dick. They all want to get to the other side. Privilege for the first to arrive.
So this guy's hitting on the trans agenda, which is just it's so apparent in all of these videos. Man, it's thick. But let's play this.
Barry spent his time learning how to swim, but diversity quotas meant he's not allowed in. The black guy and the feminist go first, but they realise swimming is kind of hard work. The black guy applies for a subsidised ride. The feminist just complains her way to the other side. Sorry, Barry, you're gonna have to wait. The LGBTI claims they's gay, but they won't have to swim, they has allies to carry them to the other side. On the float of pride. Barry ended up being left behind. That's equality in the leftist mind. But let's be fair now, Barry didn't care, because it meant all the fuckwits were over there.
Hi, guys.
All right, you know what? With that being said, let's call the show a day. Basically, like and subscribe.
And subscribe and leave your comments. But let's be honest, we're being filled with this. There's a Sandy Hook video going around. Have you seen that by any chance?
By the way, well, I mean, there was a video of a church. I'm going to get into that, I think, tomorrow, because if the races were reversed, they would be all over the news. Mm-hmm. And, of course, there is your theory on that, and there is my theory on that. So we have different views on that, which is fine.
But with some planning, we're going to be able to lay it all out in a way that you can decide it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with Brian. We know there's all kinds of points of views, but my views on how the media has such a huge role in just not. Well, this guy said it pretty well. They know nothing of the truth, and or if they do know what is the truth, they do know how to bastardize it and shape it into some kind of message that ultimately is working for them, but not for the people, and that's unfortunate. So I think together we can share our views, we can lay it out clean, and let you decide. And that's what we need, people out there to stand up. And one thing's for sure we can all agree on is that that we all need to wake up and use our adult minds and and talk these things through. It doesn't help to get on and debate people in a way that could be crushing to one party or the other, or where both parties are just screaming and yelling. I think there's a way to get through all of this information in a real productive way, and that's what Transparency and Merit is trying to do. So that's our mission. So with that, anything else, Brian?
That's it.
Adios, people.